This is not something that is just happening in 2020 for no reason. Like, this is big. Hey everyone, it's Karma. As promised, I am back with another video, and if you're new here, I want to give a special thanks to you for joining me today. You have picked a great day to tune in because today I am going to be talking about what the heck is happening December 21st. Because it is just a few days away, I wanted to take some time to really go into it so we can all learn like what is really going on December 21st and how we can best use this day and harness this energy to benefit us. First, I'm going to go over like what's happening literally or like astronomy wise, and then I'm going to go over what's happening astrology wise and what this means for us spiritually. Of course, I have my little notebook here with me today because this is a lot of information, and even though I kind of already knew what was happening December 21st, I wanted to take some time to definitely like dive into it so that I could be giving y'all the best information so you can definitely like harness this energy and use it to benefit you. So the first significant thing to know about December 21st is that this is the day of the winter solstice. So in some areas, this is the shortest day of the year. What it means to be a winter solstice basically is that the sun is the farthest away from the equator that it will ever be. This is important to know because a lot of people symbolize this as a shift into the light. So it's just kind of interesting to think that this big thing is also happening at the start of winter and on a winter solstice. So this big thing that I keep mentioning is called the Great Conjunction. And this is when Jupiter and Saturn appear really close together in the sky. It will look like a very bright star. This happens because Saturn takes 30 years to go around the sun and Jupiter takes 12. So 30 minus 12 is 18. For whatever reason, they rounded up to 2, so that makes it 20. So every 20 years, Jupiter catches up to Saturn, and they're going to be like, this year they're going to be like 0.1 degree apart. And this is a big deal because even though this happens every 20 years, they have never been this close, and it has never been this observable. In the past when this happened, you couldn't really see it because the sun was still blocking it. But this year it's going to be very visible. It won't be like this again. Like nothing like this will ever happen again until March 15th, 2080. So for a lot of us watching this video, this is quite literally a once in a lifetime thing. Not saying that you can't do it like, you know, whenever you're 80 something, but like this is energy that we need to harness like while we're in our prime. Another thing that's interesting is that Saturn and Jupiter are the governors of Capricorn and Sagittarius respectively. So I don't know, it's just interesting to me that all of these things are happening in perfect timing. It's not like this great conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn is happening like in May or something. No, it's happening right as Sagittarius ends and Capricorn begins. Okay, so I've been going on and on about Jupiter and Saturn, but what does it being Jupiter and Saturn actually mean? Okay, so physically, let's talk about how, first of all, Jupiter and Saturn are two of like the biggest planets. Okay, Jupiter is known as the great benefic. If you watched this in my last video, then you know that Jupiter is very much about like luck and prosperity and pushing and going and doing things and creating new things, and just being innovative. It's very, like I said, very lucky. While Saturn is known as the Lord of Karma, and some people view this as negative because whenever they see karma, they just think like, oh, this is just no good. But I refuse to believe that anything happening up there in the universe is happening negatively. Like, I believe that you can look at everything in a positive way, and especially with the universe, because that thing is so grand and we didn't create it. Who are we to say that like, oh, this is a bad thing? So with Saturn, like I said, it's known as the Lord of Karma. It governs like time, regulations, restrictions. As I heard one person say before, Jupiter is going to be the gas and Saturn is going to be the brakes. And what that basically means is like Jupiter is going to be like all the things that you go for, all the things that you dive into, and then like Saturn is going to put the regulation around it. It's going to put the perseverance around it to withstand time. Like I said, Saturn takes 30 years to go around the sun. That is not a coincidence that it is known for being long lasting. To simply put it, Jupiter is known as limitless and Saturn is more representative of a restrictiveness nature. So what this means in terms of the Great Conjunction is that there is a time meeting where there will be checks and balances. This is a time where you will be able to go for the things that you want, pursue the things that you desire with that Jupiter energy helping you, but you also have that Saturn energy of time, like allowing you to persevere, allowing you to be determined, helping you balance the timing of everything. So you definitely want to keep that in mind for December 21st and the year to come, because like I said, this is the start. This marks the start, the beginning of everything that is about to come for this planet. So not only do you want to focus on all of this the day of December 21st, but you want to keep this stuff in mind for the rest of the year. I truly believe that this year is about to be like magical. It's about to be life-changing. And right now we're shifting to a place of higher frequencies where the energy is about to be really, really high on this planet. And this is the energy that we need, that is guiding us, ushering us to move forward. We can all sit here and admit that this year has been crazy. And I don't think that that is a coincidence. I don't even believe in coincidences. This is not something that is just happening in 2020 for no reason. Like, this is big. The next most important thing to talk about is about how this is happening for the first time in a long time in Aquarius. Not only is this happening in Aquarius, which is an air sign, this is significant because for the past 200 years, these great conjunctions have been happening in earth signs. This kind of symbolizes how for the past 200 years, we have been a phase of where we have been using Earth and its resources in order to get ahead in life, which we need to do. This is progressive. This is things that are supposed to happen. Just like how this is happening in Aquarius, in an air sign, and this is not an accident. It needed to be in the earth sign for the past 200 years. But it's showing us by the signs changing that the earth can no longer sustain what it's been taking. All of this, all of the things we have been doing to better ourselves by using the earth and taking from the earth is saying, okay, it's time to move to the air. Like, it's time to move more towards science and technology. It's time to move more towards free thinking, big movements, big changes in technology and science, which of course will be a good thing. But it is going to be interesting to see just how Earth is kind of saying, hey, I can't take it anymore, move to the air. It's going to be interesting when air says, hey, I can't take anymore, move it to the fire. Then it's going to go, I believe, from fire to water, and then it'll go back to earth. So now to me is where it really gets interesting. So this is where I'm going to spend most of the video talking about what this really means for us, that this is happening in Aquarius, an air sign, what this means for our future. The first thing I want to dive into is what Aquarian energy is and why that's going to be a big deal with this great conjunction. If you already know people whose first house is in Aquarius, those people are typically very big humanitarians, people who are community-based, people who care a lot about getting together and working as a team. These people are also very big thinkers. They aspire to change the world. They want to make big change, reform in any type of way. They want to be the person doing the big project. It's important to mention that Aquarius is one of the fixed quadruplicities. Fixed quadruplicity people are people who are about getting projects done, getting in there and doing the hard work, sustaining the project, keeping the project going, keeping whatever it is going. So it's So it's definitely very interesting that this is happening in Aquarius. So this is the time for big thinkers, people who are good at getting in and working on those projects. Aquarian energy is also one of solitude at some points. This really signifies that in this new time period, in this new age, some people are calling it the age of the Aquarius now. To me, with this happening at 0 degrees in Aquarius, it does seem like it's the beginning of the age of Aquarius. Everyone has their own opinions on when the new age starts, but with it being in 0 degrees, it does kind of seem like that's when it is. This is the time where, yes, we will need to be more community based and more supportive of each other with our endeavors, but also we will need some time alone, some space to think and create these ideas that enact big change. One thing I found very interesting also is that, of course, Aquarius is governed by Uranus. If you remember in my planet video, Uranus is the planet of dynamic change. It is the planet of, big action, scientifically, technology-wise, doing things that really push us ahead, push us forward. So that's what I think is really about to happen. It'll be interesting to see what happens when it actually is Aquarius season in January. Just because everything is pointing to the fact that big change is ahead, big things are coming. In this new age, community will be very important. Like I said, one of the traits of Aquarian people are that they are humanitarians. They are here to help the community. And with us leaving the earth signs, it is time for us to return more community-based, local business-based, and helping each other thrive, helping each other soar. And I think that really resonates with this year, because what has everybody been talking about? Support your local businesses, support your local businesses. With everything happening this year, that has become one of the themes. In 2021, I think that there will be a lot of big change, especially for people who have a lot of signs that are going to be affected by this energy and by this shift. I'm definitely excited for the changes ahead. Definitely take a look at your natal chart and see where you have Aquarian energy, where you have Capricorn energy. Those energies that they have with them will probably be what is showing up most for you during this period, and probably what you've noticed a lot this past year. Like I said, all of this has been building up. All of these things that are happening physically on Earth and then also happening in the universe, none of this is a coincidence. Comment down below, let me know if you're still with me. I know that these videos can get kind of long. Okay, so next I want to talk about what you can do on December 21st to best use this energy to catapult you into the new age. First thing I would say is to start writing your manifestations down. Whatever it is that you want for the next year, write it down. Whatever affirmations that you want to align with, write it down. Everything that you're trying to do, everything that you're trying to accomplish for this next year, write it down. This needs to all be put down on paper. It needs to be put into the universe on December 21st. You need to be harnessing up as much high vibrational energy that you can. After you wrote pretty much about everything down that you can think of, I would even go into some shadow work. I am eventually going to make a video about shadow work, but just real quick so you can kind of get a feel for it, I would write down the things that you need to let go of, your toxic traits, everything that you just feel about you that you're this is what I need to be working on this year, and this is what I need to be releasing so that I can attract more abundant things into my life. You can write down everything that has ever invalidated you in your life. Write down everything that has made you insecure, so you've gotten that out. Another thing you can do is write down everything that disempowers you. Write down everything that makes you feel unworthy, everything that makes you feel not good enough, everything that makes you question yourself. Just get all of that out. Write everything down that makes you feel less than. And then next, you can write down everything that empowers you, everything that makes you confident, everything that allows you to feel in control, feel like you can make decisions. You want to write all of those things down. Everything you do, you want to be intentional. Every single thing. You don't want to ever feel like stuff is just happening to you. If you're expecting things for the new year, if you're trying to let go of things for the new year, if you're trying anything for the new year, write it down. Be intentional about it. Don't just be like, oh, well, I hope it's taken care of. Like, no, be intentional and plan out what you're going to get for the new year, when you're going to get it. Be specific whenever you write this stuff down. When is this going to happen? How old are you going to be? For me personally, I'm about to turn 24 in like a couple weeks. So everything that I wrote down, at the end of it, I put when I'm 24. All of these things are going to happen when I'm 24. Some things, maybe if I'm more realistic, when I'm 25. Other things I may have wrote when I'm 26. But I kept it in the time frame. I'm going to go over another video about time, but ask yourself, what would you do if time didn't exist? If you didn't have 4 years to complete something, when would you complete it? Maybe just 6 months. Maybe it wouldn't take you 4 years if you didn't give yourself 4 years to do it. So write down everything that you want to release. Just get real specific. The 21st is the day to take the time for yourself. If you have to work, I suggest that you take off work. Like, I suggest that you call in after you've taken the time to write out everything that you want. You could even do this a couple days before, actually. After you've taken the time to do that, then you want to take some time to meditate on it. Do a manifestation ritual. One good manifestation ritual that I love, I've only done twice, but both times it felt magical, was quantum jumping. And this is just a really dope name for like putting yourself in the reality that you want to be in. That's the best way I know how to explain it. Now that I have the thought, I'm gonna go more in depth on that in another video. But one ritual you can do, since it's really quick to explain, is get 2 cups of water. Have one being your current situation and the other being your desired situation. Write it down like on a sticky note. This is like everything. It's very important to write everything down. So write it down. This cup is my current situation. This cup is my desired situation. Pour water into the current situation cup. Think about that water. Visualize that water. That water is your current situation. Then pour it into your desired situation cup. Think about your desired situation, visualize it, really picture it, really get that energy, and then drink the cup. Throw away, rip up that paper that says your current situation, whatever, throw it away, and keep that paper that said the desired situation. And then that's a quantum jumping ritual that you can do on December 21st. The next things that I would say to do are to just take time for yourself. Whatever you want to do, whether that's continue meditating, whether that's tending to your plants, charging your crystals, painting, reading, whatever it is you love to do, take the time to really get your vibration high on this day. I would say to just do whatever you love. After you've read all your stuff, you've done all the written work and gotten that out, you did your meditation, your candles, your rituals, whatever things that you wanted to do, the rest of the day is just for you to just get this energy right. If you do have people that have like-minded ideas as you, maybe you want to get together with them and talk about your plans for the next year. Talk about what you all want to do together. This is really a great day of taking the time to harness this energy in any way that you see fit. So just to sum everything up, the great conjunction happening on December 21st is when Jupiter and Saturn will be really close together, about 0.1 degree apart. And this will be happening in Aquarius at 0 degrees. So this is a very big deal because Aquarius is very humanitarian. It is also an air sign. A lot of people believe that we are returning to the golden age, or that we are ascending into an energy in a time of 5D or consciousness. To me, the golden age of Aquarius and 5D all symbolize the same thing. Those are the times that we're moving back to. Some people say the golden age, some people say the age of Aquarius, some people say 5D, but they really all represent the same thing. A time of consciousness, a time of love, peace, harmony, a time of intuitiveness, a time of spreading awareness, spreading light. I think that December 21st is going to be really exciting. I'm excited to just see what the day brings and see everything that's to come for the year, and even just for the few days ahead that are left of 2020. I'm excited to see what happens, see what goes on when we do reach Aquarius season. I feel like I've been getting signs to stay the course. I have been kind of, and we all do this, we do this all the time. Our brain will ask us questions and have us doubting ourselves and wonder if we're doing the right things and wonder like, what are we supposed to be doing? But you just have to keep trusting your intuition. You just have to keep trusting whatever you feel and know whether or not like this is the right thing I'm doing or this is the wrong thing I'm doing. You can really trust and feel that. So I feel like I've been getting messages to just keep gaining knowledge and keep nourishing my soul and stay the course on that. And so that brings me to the end of my video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about December 21st and what you're gonna do to prepare for the day. Like, comment, share it if you found it useful with a friend so that they can get this information too. As always, thank you so much for watching. Just the last little message I want to give you is to keep your vibrations high during this time. This is a great way to harness our energy and lift our frequencies, but if we are not keeping our vibrations high, we will lift our negative energies, and we don't want to do that. So keep your vibrations high. Always focus on having a great day and always staying true to yourself. Of course, I will be back with another video, so do be looking out for me, and I will see you next time.